Hello everybody, and welcome back to another little channel update. It's been a while since I've sat down and spoke to you guys parasocially, as we do from time to time, and let you know kind of what's going on with the label, what developments are happening, and a lot's been happening. A lot has changed, as you can probably see from the title of this video. So I'm gonna just kind of go through one thing at a time and give you guys the main updates. The first of which is that I moved. So we are out of the old studio, if you can call it that. It was really not much of a studio, it was more a corner of my apartment where I slowly buried myself in cassette recording equipment and all that fun stuff. But now we actually have a proper dedicated studio. So before I get into all the rest of this update, here's a little montage of the new space that I'm now working with. There you have it. That is the new studio. It's been a lot of fun to decorate this place. I think it's going to be a lot more creatively energizing, having lots of spooky decor, all the equipment that I use on a daily basis. There's some nice areas to film different things. Got all my horror manga stuff set up in here, so I'm already filming more videos for the other horror manga side channel, for those who have been asking for more videos there for quite a while now. And in fact, there's already videos being posted there that have been created since moving to this new location. And I've got some other secret stuff coming out soon you're going to see in the very near future. By the time this has gone up, you will have seen the new Terror Radio series, which I filmed in this very location. There's just a lot of opportunities in this space to film more videos of myself talking, film different types of content, and just have way easier access to all the stuff I need to create cassette tapes, to pack orders, to get things shipped to you guys, to create new music, and to just come up with new video ideas. So I am very excited to have an actual studio, really. The other big bit of news, as you can tell from the video title, is, I quit my job. I left my job of 5.5 years, I would say, working for an art gallery, a public not-for-profit gallery. I started there before I finished my schooling. I went to school for fine arts, for those of you who don't know. And before I finished that program, I got an awesome job working at a gallery. Really enjoyed my time there. I got to do a ton of different stuff. I learned a lot of different aspects of like business management, administration, coordinating things. Got to work with a lot of creative, interesting people, and everything I learned there I took back here to this label, and it is a huge part of why this has even happened. That said, as much as I loved that job, I am very excited to be able to leave that job and pursue my own sort of artistic path. And you guys are the reason that I'm able to do that. This channel doesn't get, you know, millions of views consistently. It's not some big, you know, YouTube ad revenue generating sort of thing. But it is a nice little small business, and so many of you have been dedicated fans that have been members on the channel, have purchased cassette tapes and vinyl and all that when we put it out there, and just keep coming back for more, and that really is the reason that this is all possible. I'm certainly not making crazy money doing this. I basically left a pretty average income job to do another pretty average income job. And that is totally okay with me. My priority has always been to do what I find creatively liberating. And that's all I've wanted to do since I was a kid, and thank you guys for making it possible. This is the closest I've ever been to just full-time exercising my creativity and just creating what I want to create and putting it out there into the world and having an audience for that. So I am beyond grateful for all of you weird people who have actually hung around for the weird stuff that comes out of this label. So with that said, you may be wondering, what does this mean for the channel? What actually changes now? The answer is not too much, but in a good way. I'm not looking to create some new roadmap with these massive new changes, like I'm gonna start a, you know, serialized TV show every week or something. It's pretty much business as usual, but just more consistently and better. And a lot of the things that have been on my to-do list, a lot of things I've maybe hinted at doing in the past and haven't done, things that have been requested by the community, I would like to do a lot more of that stuff. I would like to just kind of go down the to-do list, the bucket list of things that I've always been like, oh, that would be such a cool project, and actually roll some of that stuff out. And you're going to start seeing some of that fairly quickly, and in fact you will already have been seeing a little bit of that as the video uploads become more consistent, a little bit higher quality, more original artwork, more animation to go with the mixes. I want to start signing more artists as soon as possible. I'm already working on a lot of new music, and as I mentioned before, you're going to see a lot of videos coming out on the other second horror manga channel, which has long been a side project that I've really been interested in running, but it has just been a massive time commitment that I didn't always have when I basically had 2 jobs. So with that said, some of the immediate things coming up are going to be more physical release type stuff. That is something that has always been a huge part of this label in terms of my intentions for it and where I want to see it go in the future. That to me is kind of the record label part of this. It's not just uploading stuff to YouTube and being a YouTuber, but actually having like a retail component to this business. I think it's really cool to just put music onto physical products, give people things they can collect, something they can actually hold in their hands to connect them to their favorite niche weird artists that we collect from around the internet. And I want to just put out more unique, exciting products for those of you who are interested in the cassette tapes and the vinyl and all that. So already we've very recently released the Junji Ito Beats cassette sets. They sold out very quickly. Sorry to any of you who didn't get your hands on some. There will be a couple more copies that will probably go up on the secret shop at some point in the near future as I see how things shake out. Go through any quality control issues, send out any replacements if that's needed, and then I'll see what I've got left. But that's just one of many projects. In the very near future, there's going to be the first in a series that I am calling our art tapes. I'd like to do a number of limited edition releases that are not just sets of previous releases compiled together, as we've done with like the Halloween sets or the Weather Channel. And they're more of like a standalone single cassette, not necessarily our mixes from the channel, though that's not off the table, but just sort of special releases of existing albums we've already put out. These special releases are going to be very unique, very premium cassettes that are going to have full color, like laser printed artwork on both sides of the actual tape itself, so that the cassette itself looks like a piece of art that reflects the album art. and they'll come in unique Norelco cases that will also come inside of boxes that have like an all-over print of the artwork from that album's album art, and they'll come with Obi strips, download codes. Sometimes there'll be other things thrown in there with them, but they're going to be very like unique. Like if this is an album you're really into, it's going to be the coolest version of that album you can get. They will cost a fair bit more than just buying one standard cassette tape. I would expect it to cost in the ballpark of maybe getting like 2 cassettes, probably not even quite as expensive as picking up 2 cassettes. So it's not like an insane price, considering the upfront cost on producing them is definitely more than double a regular cassette. But I don't want to price them so high that nobody's going to want to buy them, so they're not going to be too crazy. I'm looking at the first batch being limited to 100, so that's actually kind of high. We've done like limited to 50 sets before. 66 I think was the highest with the Halloween set. But there's been enough demand and we've been selling out quickly enough that I want to start increasing the amounts that we do these limited runs in so that more people can get their hands on them. And that's something you're going to be seeing in the future with other limited sets that you may be expecting at certain times of the year. So that's one that's coming out soon. I'd like to do more secret shop stuff. I'm gonna look through the old mixes. I want to look for the most unique stuff that's on the channel. Stuff that's not just album releases, but like curated mixes with different effects and different themes, and maybe even create different types of artwork and different almost like rebrands of existing stuff, and just put some really cool, really unique, odd stuff on the secret shop. I'm also definitely going to be doing more vinyl. In fact, before I even left my job and before this move started, I already had multiple vinyl projects started. It takes a very long time to do them, between half a year to a year. So it's the kind of thing we got to get the ball rolling on very early, and it can still take a really long time to get them out there, and I never really know when I'm going to have them until fairly close to the actual release. So just keep your eyes and your ears peeled, and you will see news about some very exciting projects coming hopefully soon. Apart from that, Halloween is going to be bigger and better than ever. I'm already working on new album releases, new Halloween mix, some physical releases that will coincide with Halloween. It's just going to be a good time. I've got all the time in the world now to just really think about what I want to put out there. It's not about how much time I've got after work to just see how many things I can check off on the box. It's pretty much come up with ideas and execute all of them. So it should be a pretty exciting year this year. Even though it's a little ways off, it's always Halloween around here. I'm always thinking about it, always planning it. I'd also like to do more live sets. I'm not quite set up for it yet. I still have to figure out exactly how I want to go about it, but I would like to consistently put more like SP404 live sets of just dark lo-fi beats out there. And maybe someday even get into a little bit of streaming, a little bit of live streaming. So we'll see how that goes. Kind of on the topic of streaming though, we have started the VHS nights back up on the Discord server. We've already had some screenings over there, so it's been popping off. We found a much better way to stream them than we have before. We were using the Discord video streaming before, and it was kind of lame. It capped out the number of viewers, and people would have trouble getting in. People might have latency issues once it started getting full. It was just not a good solution. Now we're using like a little Twitch channel that we've got set up for it. So if you guys are interested in watching the best and the worst horror movies that you may or may not have heard of, definitely join the Discord and keep an eye out over there in the news channel. We always announce when a new VHS night is coming, and I post it on our other social media as well. But just get on that Discord server. It's a great place, a great community, lots of cool things happening. There's producers talking about making music, there's artists who talk about their art. It's just general chat about lots of other like-minded weirdos talking about their influences, posting their photography. It's just a very cool creative place, whether you make music or not, no matter what you're into. And we do community events over there, sometimes giveaways. It's just a very cool place. So I think that about sums it up for today. I don't want to ramble on too long. I would like to do more periodic updates about how things are going here at the channel. So keep an eye out for the next one. And thank you all to everyone who's been supporting the label. You guys have literally changed my life. And I could never have seen any of this working out the way it has. So once again, thank you, and I hope you all stick around. And I will see you guys in the next one.